What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeremie Nadon. I help people quit vaping without withdrawal, willpower, cravings, or even being tempted by vaping. We remove the entire desire for nicotine. So today I'm going to be talking about exactly what happens after you quit vaping. You know, there's kind of this uncertainty behind what type of hell we're going to experience after, quitting. And that actually stops a lot of people from admitting to even wanting to quit, let alone trying to quit in the first place. And we've heard all sorts of horror stories of people who have quit, who still have cravings after months of no nicotine, or even years sometimes, or having heartburn symptoms, or panic attacks, or all sorts of physical problems, right? While I'm no doctor, and this isn't medical advice, what you do before you quit nicotine makes a massive difference in what you experience after you quit it. And, while I'm not a doctor, I was a nicotine addict, right? So I feel like I'm very qualified to speak on this. A lot of people that are in the medical field don't even vape, but a surprising amount do. You'd be surprised the amount of people that I talk to that are in that field. But basically, that's what I'm going to be going over in this video is like what happens after quitting vaping, kind of what to expect. Make sure you watch till the end of the video because I'm going to be giving away my quitting vaping series. I'll just be giving you a link to it at the end of the video here, so make sure you stick around to the end of that. And yeah, let's get into it, guys. So like I said, what you do before you quit makes a massive difference. And I'm not talking about gimmicks such as like nicotine gum or the myth of like cutting down the amount of nicotine you take, or like weaning off. That's all BS. I'm talking about a different process that doesn't fill big tobacco's wallet and keep you stuck in the trap. Here's what happens after most people quit. They make a list of all the reasons to quit. They remind themselves of how much money they're wasting and what that could be used for. And they remind themselves of all the health risks and vaping and all the reasons not to do it, right? They make sure they really feel the pain of continuing to vape, eventually until they just can't handle it anymore, and they break, they toss their vape in the nearest lake, and immediately they start feeling slightly on edge. They tell themselves that even though at the bottom of that lake there's a whole bunch of vapes from previous attempts, that this time they're going to use all their willpower and push through it. For the next few hours, they continue to feel on edge, slightly stressed. Maybe they, quit before going to bed, hoping to get 8 hours of easy quit time before the real hell begins. And they wake up the next day and the first thing on their mind is, I want to vape. This throws them into a panic because they don't want to think that, and they try to avoid thinking about vaping by distracting themselves. They'll put a straw into a bag of mints and inhale, or chew on a toothpick, or eat mints or gum obsessively or whatever, right? And they can barely focus at work or get anything done. They also develop what they perceive to be quite the appetite, and they're eating everything in sight. And they never seem to be able to relieve that feeling of hunger. They're obsessed with wanting the relief that they think that vaping can provide them. On day 3, the hunger feeling disappears, but they still feel anxious, stressed, and crave nicotine. On day 90, they still feel anxious, stressed, and secretly crave nicotine, and they want the relief that they think they can get them, that it can give them, right? They feel good about being free, but they still feel more stressed than before they quit, and they're secretly, yearning for that, basically. They secretly want it. They crave it. On day 365, they still feel anxious, stressed, they secretly crave nicotine, they want the relief that it can give them. Maybe they're thinking about it a little less, but, they feel good about going a year without vaping, and they might even reward themselves with a puff of their vape. Before they know it, they're going back to vaping every single day, guys. There's no such thing as just one puff. Now, this was exactly what happened when I tried and failed to quit hundreds of times, until I went through a systematic process of mentally withdrawing. And being stuck in the cycle, it sucks, guys. But yeah, you see, the physical withdrawal of nicotine itself feels exactly like being hunger and lasts only for 48 to max 72 hours. Most people mistake it for genuine hunger, which is why they have the never-ending appetite, because the mental withdrawal is the part that creates addicts for life. That consists of like false beliefs about nicotine, perceived illusory benefits of using nicotine, right? What I did to mentally withdraw, or when I mentally withdrew from it, was basically removing all the false beliefs I had about it, like it's hard to quit, by actually doing research on it. And I debunked all the illusory benefits of nicotine I perceived, such as like it calms me down, or it helps me with stress. I've covered this extensively on this channel, but they're all illusions. Like nicotine can't calm you down, it's a stimulant. Withdrawal happening every 15 to 30 minutes makes you uncalm, and the next dose relieves it by 90%. So you'd be even more calm if you didn't vape, right? So, but most people don't understand that, and they literally, like, that feeling of not being calm is the manifestation of that mental process. They never mentally withdraw from nicotine. They only physically withdraw, right? They go through like a grieving process, like they lost like a loved one. But yeah, like after I did that, it was a night and day difference. And the only withdrawal I had was the actual like physical feeling of being slightly hungry for 3 days. And after that, it was gone. And I literally enjoyed the process of like destroying my mortal enemy and being victorious, right? No cravings, no withdrawal, no willpower needed, right? It was honestly incredible, and I haven't looked back since. So yeah, guys, if you want more information on how to do this, make sure to check out some of my other videos. I've got one video, how to quit without withdrawal. I've got, a bunch, how to remove cravings, how to quit without gaining weight. I actually lost 10 pounds the first month I quit. Yeah, it was incredible, night and day difference, just through that process of mentally withdrawing. And also, this is what I go over how to do in my series. I'm going over the 4 steps to mentally withdrawing. So yeah, if you want to get access to that, either at the end screen of this video, there'll be some pop-ups with the quitting vaping series, or if you go to the very bottom of the description, there'll be a link to the playlist right there. It's 3 videos, watch them in order. That's very important. And yeah, that's it, guys. Anyways, I upload daily, so if you're new here, subscribe. If you like this content, if you're serious about quitting vaping, I upload daily. Videos like this once a day, shorts 3 times a day. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.